Yo, 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 yo.
Yo,
He's here. I see he's here.
he is. I dragged him in.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hello, everyone.
We're back. It's a good roll up. Now, I need to address something really quick. Tim. Welcome, buddy.
Timothy.
Welcome, buddy. Sean, Guy, Jake, John. Oh, Matt, you're there too. Tim. There's a few others. Physics. Physics is there. G'day, Physics. But, oh, yeah. He's trying to work out how to unmute himself. Well, I hope he's all having a lovely, lovely evening. What's all this shit about toilet cleaners?
Oh, Tim Wang said he was trying to find toilet cleaner and somehow he accidentally ended up in first class. I don't know.
Oh, well, Tim, congratulations on being the first one, buddy. Before it was even before we even mentioned it as well. So touche to you. Hello, Cameron says ciao. That means goodbye. Maybe he doesn't know that.
No, I think
Physics.
in Italian you can say
Oh, really? Oh, ciao is it
hello.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, it's
never knew
both.
Hang on. I'm just trying to bring the special guest in.
He's in live. I've got him in live. He's just muted.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can.
It still says you muted though.
Let me recycle it.
Oh, geez. Hang on. Something's not right.
How about now?
Hang on. I need to boost you. I can hear you fine, Charles. It's. Oh, there we go. It says you're unmuted now. Talk.
This is super cool. Hello.
Hello.
Mic number one. Isn't this a lot of fun?
Hey, Charles, can you right-click your name? Oh, actually,
Where?
no. Don't worry. That's all good. It's clear enough. So, hey, how you been?
Just so people can see who I am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's just as long as they can hear you, all good. That's all that matters.
Yep. Sorry, I sound a bit crappy. I've got a cold. I don't know how have I got a cold. We're all locked down here. I haven't had any human contact for 2 weeks. And I've caught a bloody cold. It's ridiculous.
Hey, but you live in London. That's what happens in London, right?
I guess so. Well,
So-
yeah. I mean, as seems to be the norm now, we're having these really.
Oh, it just cut out then.
Bit cut out then.
Oh, hopefully it'll be alright.
Yeah, I reckon just give it a sec. I reckon it's just the network
We'll give it a sec.
ping.
Morning, Joe. Boys, can you hear him all good when he was talking? Hopefully you can.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Okay, just cut out.
Mic number two. Mic number two.
Number two. Yeah.
So how have you been? How have you been, Big Daddy?
Oh, might need to go mic number three.
Yeah, I think we might have to go new mic. So anyway, I'll give you a quick rundown. So Charles, as I said in the post earlier, he's basically he'll hate me saying this, but he's basically the #1 aviation writer in the world. So he knows what he's talking about. Very quiet, yeah. It was a little bit quiet. Hang on. Yeah, it's weird. I might need to turn this down a bit. So he's been to. He also, another little thing about him is he guides the trips to North Korea as well, back when they were happening. So he was one of the tour guides. So his
That's it.
knowledge, yeah, yep. So his knowledge about not just aviation is quite outstanding. Um, yes, I think it's only on PC. I think Jake's right.
Yeah, it is. I've just checked.
Okay, but that's that's all good.
I'll sing this to Guy.
Yeah, it's all good. If Charlie likes Soviets, he's already on my good side. Sean, Charlie is Soviets. He's got a book which I can send you the link to. It's called Jetliners of the Red Star, and it's basically all about Soviet aviation. So guaranteed, you're gonna love it. I've got a copy in my bedside table, and it's unreal. It's exactly what everyone wants to read if you love like
So,
sort of Soviet aviation.
so most religious or Catholics have a Bible. You have that Bible.
I have Jetliners of the Red Star, correct.
That is your Bible.
Yes, that's right. Guy, there is a link in the description towards the top. It's under. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. No, it's not. Why isn't it? Oh, actually, that's right. I removed it briefly, just so people couldn't see. But Tim obviously snuck in. I'll update the link, mate. Yes. So hopefully he can get his mic working.
Is it the mic or is it the is it the connection? Because it sounds like it's the connection.
It could be the connection. Yeah, it should be fine. But hang on. Fingers crossed. So we'll give you a quick rundown. So, Tim was obviously gone ahead with first class membership, which is very, very generous. So basically, finally, after about 8 or 9 weeks, we've finally achieved memberships, which are actually pretty. They're not easy to get, so you'll find that not a lot of channels have it. I guess we found out why, because it's so hard to get. So basically, what we've done is at this stage there are 4 levels, but there'll be 3 levels uh, at like sooner or later, probably after the first month. So just to reiterate that no one yeah, he's trying to talk.
All right. While you discuss, I'll try and work out another solution.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, so just to be clear that nothing is going to change as far as the stream goes. Like essentially, like no, like for obvious reasons, no one's obligated to become a member. That's pretty self-explanatory. But what got yes, private screening. So basically, um, the few little tiers we've made them sort of suitable for everyone basically. So from the cheapest to like the sort of upper echelon. Um, the different months. So as you can see next to Tim's name, he's got a little plane, and it's got a it's sort of like, would you call it a Qantas themed background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll say it's a Qantas theme. Yeah.
So basically, as you go through the months of resubscribing, the background will change. So there's a 1 month, There's a second month, a third month, a 6th month, a 12 month, and a 24 month. Obviously, it's quite some time away. And they're all Qantas Ballaringi themed. So I'm going to post them in the Discord right in 1 minute. There they all are. So they're all in there now. So again, it's all optional. It's, you know, oh, he said he can hear us.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's something wrong with his mic, maybe? Perhaps? All good, Charles, all good. So if you go to the link, if you are interested, there's a link in the description below. Hopefully it's updated. And there's 4 basic levels. So there's economy promo, which is going to be just for the first month, and that is at the cheapest one. It's $1.49. So that's the cheapest that YouTube will allow. We've also got premium economy, business class, and first class. Basically, it'll show you the perks. So what you've got to do is just underneath the loyalty badges, you can have a look at the perks. It's basically like there's a few. Tim's lost it already. So all the perks will be down there below, and if you do choose to do so, you can become a member at whichever tier suits you. But basically, Tim, who's already joined, will in the first class lounge, so he will, amongst all the other classes, he gets his own Discord channel. So we've got a private Discord channel that we've opened up just for first class members. If I get first class, can I get a private tour of the airfield with Nige?
Sure, we'll say yes, but Nige, on the other hand,
we'll let him decide on that one. Yeah, so basically, there's a few other little perks there as well that you get. So you basically get a private Discord stream, and we'll have the notifications turned on for that one. So it's a lot. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it's nice to get in touch with us off stream, like if we're sort of out in the town or whatever. And there's obviously a few other perks there which we'll have set up. So is it month by month? And yes, month by month, guy, month by month. There's no pressure, no nothing. Yeah, so like we said, it's for people who choose not to. That's 110% fine. There's literally no obligation or nothing or anything like that. So obviously we just do this for fun, but this is a nice little bonus to add to the stream and to acknowledge those people who do appreciate what we do. But I think in the meantime, there's only one thing to do for Tim. Do you know what that is, Matthew?
I think I know what it is.
Hang on.
We're not flying tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we're just talking shit. In the cockpit. No, Sean, it's completely fine. It's completely fine. Okay. Have you, Matt? Have you looked into it? I haven't actually looked into it. I've been bloody setting up all other shit.
What's that? Sorry, I missed something.
About the subscription payment and stuff, just to cover that.
I believe it's just going to be yeah, you got to have a debit card. or something linked with your YouTube account, or your Google account. So you do need a debit card or credit card linked at the moment.
Right. Okay.
In the States, you can buy gift cards, but we currently don't have that available in
We
Australia.
can't do that because I would have liked to have done that and done like a little giveaway or something. That would have been sexy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be back. I've just got to send Tim a thank you message. Just keep an eye out if Charles comes back on.
Yeah, I've sent him a message as well, but I don't know if he's seen it.
Okay, sweet. I'll be back in 1 sec.
Yeah, mate.
Sean, yeah, it's all good, mate. We understand that there's a bit of a younger crowd, so it's no problem. Anyway, Tim, this one's for you, buddy.
Огонь на подавление! Враг сзади по левому флангу! Противник на северо-востоке! Противник! Северо-запад! Противник на юге! Они атакуют с юго-востока! Зависим! Противник на юго-западе! Вражеская...
And we're back.
Welcome back. What's going on in your
Timmy, that one was for you, buddy. That one was for you, buddy. Some tectonic dance. Oh, he's just hang on. He's just trying to get in.
I know.
Jeff, geez, too early for the rave. Hell no. Not when we open up like that. When we get a first one. Sorry, we're just trying to get buddy Charlie in here. What was that song called? I have no idea actually. Stand by. Guys on the rice bubbles. So Tim, I want you to have a look. Wait, let me see if the custom emojis are there.
Yeah, it should be. Oh, hold on. I'm going to bring Charlie over.
Yeah. Oh, he's there, is he? Beautiful.
Mic 3, mic 3, mic 3.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, mic 3. That sounds good.
That's much better.
Okay.
That's much better.
Sorry, guys. So you can hear me now.
We can hear.
Yeah, we can. We can hear loud and clear, Houston.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, great.
All right. Welcome back. What did you have to
Hey,
change?
thanks. Oh, I don't even know what I did.
Oh, okay. You just screwing around in that.
Screwing around. The trouble is that when I click the link you sent me, it opens Discord in a browser, and not the app which I've downloaded.
Not the actual app.
And it seems that the app is the better place. So
yeah, true.
I think I managed to find my way back through the app.
Right, okay. Oh, as long as it's all sorted. As long as it's all good, that's the main thing.
Can I just quickly ask before we get into it? How do
Yes.
So you guys, you're flying the simulator right now, right?
We're not yet. Just
Oh,
world
okay.
map now.
Because
So.
all I can see at the moment is the chat, which is some beautiful silhouettes of some old jumbos with the Ballaringi backgrounds.
Oh no! Sorry, you need to go to the YouTube one. The YouTube link.
Okay.
Hang on. I can get you on that. Hang on.
And
Alright.
there will
Sorry
be a
about
little
this,
bit of a
That's-
delay as well, so you might need to
Yeah.
turn the
So-
volume or mute that.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just sending it to you now. So you'll be able to see what everyone's writing.
Yeah.
So just open that up. on
Okay,
the
so that
side.
runs in a separate window.
Correct. Yes.
Separate
Love-
window. I see. Right. So Discord just runs in the background.
Correct. It's just used for talking. So
And we're looking at the YouTube window.
yes, and Guy says he loves your English accent.
Oh. Well, you know, I was born in Paddington, Sydney.
But-
The English private school beat my accent out of me.
So
Okay. Oh look, Tim, there you are.
yes. See,
You're spoiling me rotten with
Do you-
this. Okay,
and
we're happening.
there is a little bit of a delay, but do you like my hat?
Yeah, I fucking love your hat. Were they giving those out on the last flight?
Yes.
Or,
This was from the gift bag. Hell
Yeah.
yes.
No, it's really smart.
Yeah.
Really smart.
No, it's
I need to get on eBay for one of those. You
Oh.
know, it's yeah. Are we? By the way, are we live? Have we started the actual show?
yeah.
Or,
Hell yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
Alright.
so are you on the? So you can see the people chatting on the right hand side
On the
yeah,
YouTube.
on the YouTube.
on the YouTube.
So what?
Yes,
Tell me what.
yes, I can. Top chat.
So what can you say?
SL plane spotting Tim Timothy Nightbot Guy Lawrence.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Physics.
So basically.
Oh, and so I can actually. Let me see
So,
if I can.
so when you talk, you can reply to these people. So all these people
Right.
are very like frequent visitors. Whenever we stream, it's
Yeah.
all the same guys. So
I see.
you're talking to a loyal fan base right here.
I understand. I appreciate that. Well, it's great to be here. Super
Yes.
exciting.
So can you see what Guy just said?
Yeah.
So is
About Sam.
No. Well, he said what? Yeah, he said what an honor it is to have you here.
Oh, I appreciate that.
So-
I moved down to the gossipy bit about Sam Chili.
So I have to know what is it like working with Sam Cherry. Yeah, tell us.
It's great. Well, you know, no, it's great. I mean, Sam's a really interesting guy, I think, because I mean, first of all, he's super ambitious. It's a thing that I don't know how people who've never met him perceive him, but
Yeah.
I think the perception is that he's, you know, because he's always sitting in first class, you know, wearing sunglasses, and I think people assume that he's got a vast amount of unearned wealth.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
he actually, I mean, but he's a self-made man. The irony is, I think he's actually from a very wealthy family, but his wealth is his own. You know, he's got incredibly high-level financial qualifications, and his
100%.
last job before he went full-time as a YouTuber was he was an analyst for the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Abu Dhabi. And for those who don't know, a sovereign wealth fund is it's like when a government has so much money coming in from oil and gas and what have you.
Yeah.
They've got and they've got the best healthcare, and they've got hovercraft and monorails and big airlines that lose billions of dollars a year. They've still got more money they can spend, So it's like, okay, let's go and buy the Dorchester Hotel in London. We'll go and buy, the, whatever, massive stuff. And Sam's job was to make those purchasing decisions. Should we buy,
Shit. Okay, I didn't even know that.
the Empire State Building. So it was very well paid, and so where he's super to get to that kind of level. He's super driven. He's super driven guy, very focused, much more than I am. I'm a very lazy person, and Sam is not.
Yeah.
And I'm always kind of a bit shocked, when he's and he's just so driven. I saw him. We got together about 2 months ago in Amsterdam to sign a pile of books, and he was then willing to spend the next. I buggered off back to London. He spent like 3 or 4 days sitting in this terrible airport hotel. I would have gone out of my mind, waiting to get a ride on the Antonov 22, which actually would be worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
That was unbelievable. I mean, what a coup! I don't know anyone who's flown on one of those things.
No. Well, that's the thing. I think no one else has actually, from an enthusiast point of view, has actually ever flown on that. So like,
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't.
It was honestly like next level.
It was really next level. And the thing is that a lot of aviation enthusiasts don't like him. I get a lot of pushback from people. If I post something that involves him, most of the comments are quite negative. And I'm not sure, because people say, oh, he's attention seeking. It's like, yeah, but I mean, of course, that's why you get the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I mean,
because
of course he's attention seeking, and thank God. Otherwise he'd just be a guy. That we don't know about.
And could you imagine if he had to hide all this, all of these things? Like none of us would get any knowledge of that.
No, I know exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I mean, because he's so driven. I mean, I find him a bit. It can be a bit hard work because there's a level of ambition there that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's great. It's nice to be in the company of people who are, well, actually, for a lazy person like me, it's good to be around really, really motivated people. He's a good example.
Exactly right.
He's very, very bright as well. He's really bright. That's always really stimulating.
Exactly right. Krish says, do you know Sam personally, Charles? Do you meet him often?
Oh, absolutely.
Before COVID.
Well, we've never lived in the same time zone, but yeah, I mean, we've known each other for 10 years. I literally met him in the line to board at BIM in Bangladesh DC-10 at 2 o'clock in the morning in Abu Dhabi, flying to Bangladesh. I think it was a random one. It wasn't planned, but I saw him ahead of me in the line. I'd wanted to meet him because that was like 2011, but he was already famous for his photography.
Yeah, he was more of a from like airliners.net and all that sort of stuff.
Airliners.net, yeah. I mean, I remember drooling over his pictures of flying on Saha 707.
Oh, 100%.
And
100%.
So I definitely knew who he was, and I guess we just kind of got on,
Yeah,
and so yeah, we've had quite a few adventures, Belarus and stuff, and a couple of Bangladesh, and
North Korea.
He's been on at least 2, maybe 3 North Korea tours, and we've met up in London, Amsterdam, various places, Minsk, and
Iran.
Did you do
Iran
I've never been
together?
to Iran with them actually.
Oh, okay.
No, we never went. We never went together. And we've written 2 books together.
It's crazy, crazy. Didn't Sam used to do his spotting in Sydney? Yeah, Jeff, he used to live here. I think it was for uni. Was it for uni that he was here?
I think so.
No, more than that. He moved. I think he and schooling. His parents left Hong Kong in the lead up to the the handover. Sam was in Sydney from about early teens until he moved to the United Arab Emirates. I think he was probably there for about 15 years. He owns a house in Sydney.
Yeah, he does. It's in what, Marrickville?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
near five dock.
Yeah, something like that. Something. You know, the last time he was here, because it's been a little while since he's been here. Last time he was here, you'll never guess. So, like, I went for lunch with him, right, at Brighton, at the what's it called, the Hurricanes. And you know who accompanied me?
Go on.
Dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So everyone watching. So when I went to North Korea with Charles, Sam was there as well, and so it was actually funny because my dad came with us, and him and Sam actually got on like a house on fire. It was so weird. Like it was so like not expected.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But you can't, you can't guess where that chemistry's going to happen.
No, no,
and
that's exactly
and
right.
your dad's a good guy. Your dad's a very open and friendly person. So
yeah, so yeah, guy, no shit.
That's so funny.
Hey, Matty. Yeah, so we're actually just booting up here in Sydney. We're gonna attempt to fly to Melbourne in the Qantas 747.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
what server are you on? Or
good question.
Or if you can shoot me a group thing and I'll join you.
Yeah, sweet.
Hey, I've got a question for Charles, if you don't mind me asking.
Shoot.
So, if you wanted to say, for example, obviously you've had a few aviation books and stuff like that. How would you, or to go to a publisher and say, hey, this is what I want to publish. This is my vision. This is what I want to do out of it. For someone that's potentially inspiring to do that in the future or work towards something like that, what steps would you recommend to take to get there, to be able to produce something to a publisher for then to become published, I guess?
I understand. I would say a one-page outline and maybe one chapter, or even just a one or two-page example of text, so that the publisher can see that you can write, and the outline just to describe the whole project.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, cool.
What's the concept? What have you got in mind?
Oh, look, not for me, really. I just, I know that there's a lot of, people out there that kind of, love what, what you've done, what Sam's done, and kind of, I guess as as an amateur or someone that, hasn't had as much experience as what you guys have, how they can kind of, break through that barrier that kind of exists at times.
I understand. I think if you've got, I think if it's a good idea, a one-pager, even a couple of sentences, will probably be enough to get the interest of the publisher, because, it's not really a locked door. I mean, they are looking, every publisher is looking for a good book and a good success. I wrote there's a long-established British publisher called Haynes, so they do these owner's workshop manuals, and they've been going since the 60s, creating Haynes manuals for cars. Everyone's dad used to have a Haynes manual for the family car. Right, and now they've branched out, and now there's a Haynes Owner's Workshop manual for the Death Star and the Teenager and for the Moon and the London Underground, and they've done some aviation ones. They've done the Spitfire. Well, they did the Spitfire, and it was a huge success, and they did the SR-71. Then they did the obvious, like Concorde 747, and then when they did the VC-10 and the Comet, I was like, oh, so these guys are going to do the 707. Now the 707 is my plane.
Yeah,
and
that's your
so
baby,
like,
right?
I'm going to kill myself if they do the 707 and it's not by me, So I wrote them an email, and they replied immediately saying, "Great idea, $6,000. We'll pay you $6,000. It's 50,000 words, 300 illustrations. Here's the deadline." I was like, "Oh, bollocks!" Because I think half the reason I wrote to them was just so that when the 707 manual came out, I could say, "Well, I tried. But in actual fact, they kind of called my bluff. I was like, "Oh, fuck it. Now I have to write it." But it was that simple. I emailed info@haynes.com. I mean, who the hell reads their own info@ account anyway? But,
yeah, that's like a fake email normally.
It's like a fake email. I know. So I kind of, I was actually amazed. But it shows that they've got their finger on the pulse, because, like I say, I mean, all publishers are always looking for, a success. But I've got, so that's what happened.
Yeah. Hey, Charles, I've got a question for you. So, your couple of books, right, that you've got, where are they? Are they listed on Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, so can you chuck the link to your Amazon books list?
Well, the
Like,
best place.
if
The
they,
best. By the way, I can't. I don't think I can actually post in the YouTube account because YouTube is owned by Google, and I have a Google. It doesn't. It's complicated. I've got a
okay.
corporate Google account, so I need to change some settings. So
Oh,
I
okay.
can tell you. Maybe you can
No.
type it. But the best place to buy my books is theairlineboutique.com.
Oh, yeah, the Airline Boutique. So,
The Airline Boutique, because Amazon takes 50% of the money, whereas if you buy it from the Airline Boutique, other than the fact that I think some of them are loaded with in-prep postage, I actually get paid from the Airline Boutique.
Yeah. So, or Charles, you could even post it in Discord if you like,
Oh, okay.
because like not trying to like plug you or anything, but the
Well, dude, I
jetliners,
need all the help I can get. Seriously, I need all the help.
but jetliners of the Red Star is something else. It's really something else. Like,
Too kind.
some of the stories in there, like, just like sensational. So like, and I mean, you've been very generous, like bringing me books when you come and visit, but
Well,
just
yeah. I need
outstanding.
to. I need to send you a copy of the new book with Sam, Air 747.
Oh yes, I need. Yeah,
And you wouldn't give me the address. You know, you're like, oh no, you know, you're too kind. So I'm just going to say, you know what I'm going to send you? Tim Bowery, Sydney Airport, and I bet it gets to you.
Yeah, 100%.
100%, right? Literally, Tim Bowery, or even just Tim Bowery, Australia.
Yeah. Well, you know
2000.
what? There actually is another one, but we won't give him a plug on here. Guy says, Charles, you recently wrote Sam's new book. He's promoted. Hey, I could be wrong. That's Air 747, right?
Yeah. I wrote, that's it, Air 747. I wrote the words, and Sam did the photos.
The photos, yeah.
Right.
See, like,
that's how it works. Yeah. So we agreed the chapters between us. Sam created a folder for every chapter, and put all the photos for each chapter in each folder, and then me and Simon, the designer, basically created the book, and then Sam signed off on it, and that's how it happened.
Right.
So it's like it's Sam's experiences, but I'm telling it in his words.
Yeah, I see. No,
actually, and some of it is my experience as well. Actually, to be fair, some of it is my experience.
Yeah. No, I think it's really like it's a what's the right way to put it? It's like a message from the gods when like someone of oh god. If anyone knows how to set the autopilot, just please let me know. When someone of your knowledge.
It's up there. It's right there. You're really close, by the way. Somewhere there. Can you go a little bit further over to the right? It should be just to the right. Well, like a couple more. It should say A and B. Can you go a little bit further to the right?
Hang on. Left? Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So there's 3 buttons, which are horizontal. Up. There. Any of those.
There is a bit of a delay. So.
Yeah. You had it. AP engage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, I got it. Autopilot left, right? I think it's something
left,
like that.
center, or right. Yeah.
Hang on.
But good. Yeah. I still think you need to go over to the right.
I'm so bad.
Well, yeah. Hit that. Yeah.
Because I think there's about probably 30-second delay.
Oh right. Oh, sorry, dude.
That's all right.
That's embarrassing.
Hello, Josh. Matthew's here too.
Oh, good evening, Josh.
He retracted his message. Just send it to Tim in the DHL sorting office. Yeah, I'll find it there.
Yeah. Yeah, and Guy, you're basically right. I think of it as my book. I do. But if it was my book, if it.
COVID.
It's kind of my book. But...
COVID, mate.
Yeah, I know, bloody COVID. I need an exorcist at this point, I think.
No, that's sick. You know what? It's so good, like hearing like all this sort of stuff, because like because like Charles, like we stream sort of like twice a week, but like you're the first person of
Guest
yeah,
star.
sort of like yeah, like that we've had, and it's so good to like chat to someone like I've known you for a very long time, but all these guys here that probably know you by name, but not by like character, if that
I understand.
if that's right.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, it's great to it's great to have a chat and
100%.
talk about stuff that we all love and
exactly
passionate
right.
about.
Now, what I was talking about to you before, do you have some quiz questions? Because people love the quizzes here.
Yes.
People
Let me.
love the quiz.
Okay. Let me. Well, give me 5 minutes just to get. I mean, we can keep chatting, but just let me. Let me organise the. What should we do? What 10 questions, or should I just throw a random one out?
Just like sort of as many as you want, really.
Okay.
Because people all the viewers love it. Hey Ollie, how are you, buddy? Sorry, buddy.
Hey, sorry, Tim, how do I turn the autopilot on this thing?
Okay, Charles,
So
you might be able to answer that.
Turn flight director on.
Hang on. So auto throttle's on.
Auto throttle.
So I've got vertical speed on. I'm trying to climb.
Decrease. Because I'm going straight into a mountain.
Guy, this is awesome. This is something I would never have thought would happen. Charles, he said my name.
Okay, hang on. I've only got 3 questions here. I need at least 7 more.
Guy said he feels like he's 14 again. I think he's a bit starstruck.
Well, I'm I don't know. 14 is probably my mental age at the best of times.
Hang on. I wonder if I've still got this photo on my phone. Okay, I'm going to show you this photo. This photo's for everyone as well. Okay, I want you to see this photo. You'll be able to see it as well.
Is it in the
Yeah, you'll be able to see
it in the group chat.
No, it's on the stream.
On YouTube.
Yep. So there's a photo of me, you, and Jet when he was a little baby. When you were at my house, when you came to visit my house.
I bet I look really fat.
Nah, you look stunning.
Oh, dude. Well, I look fat now. I swear to God, I've been locked down for 8 months.
Oh,
I've been wearing pajamas for 3 days on the trot. I mean, and in all seriousness, I've actually put on 8 kilos.
Holy shit! Really?
Holy, and that's real. That's real.
Yeah. So like, I think a lot of people like, because you're not a. Oh, can you see that photo? You should be able to see it now.
Oh, do it again.
If you look on the stream, you'll be able to see it.
Yep.
It should be showing up.
Yeah, that's right. That was great.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
So I think because we've had a few luncheons, but that would have been actually, you know what? How good was the one when we went to the what was that restaurant called? The Golden.
The dim sum place.
Yeah. In the city.
Well, I ordered about like 15 things as well.
Yeah, I know. We went to town on that place.
I mean, it was out of control.
So, Sean goes, my gosh, Jet flexing on us. Already seen Charles.
I know, I saw that. That's really funny.
Jet's more royals than any of us. Yeah, so he's well. I was gonna say he's had the pleasure of meeting you.
Exactly.
But not like that. I've had the pleasure of traveling with you, which has been good.
Yeah.
And having little.
Well, that was a really nice. That we had. I mean, there was a lot of Australians on that North Korea tour. I mean, there was like 10 of us.
Yeah.
At least 10.
Yeah. It was weird. And there was Scott as well. Was it Scott?
That's right. Lindsell, Scott Lindsell.
Scott Lindsell, yeah, from Seattle. Aussie
Yeah,
boy.
he's a good lad. Aussie boy. Yeah, runs a Starbucks, doesn't he?
He works at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Or he owns one.
I think so, something like that. Or manages one.
G'day, Henry. Hey, Matt.
Oh.
Are we going the right way?
Yeah, I think so. Don't follow me because I can't get autopilot working in my game. So,
this is like an Air Asia flight.
Pretty much.
Well, if you're flying with me, it's very close to it.
Less than.
So we're kind of just heading in the direction.
But no, you're heading in the right direction at the moment.
Hey, guy, he's trying to set up his autopilot.
I'm well off course.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just hand fly towards me.
Yeah, I am.
Right. So, Charles, you want to hit us with a couple of questions? Now,
let's do a couple of questions.
Yeah. Let me just remind you that we've got a bit of a younger crowd.
I understand.
So, I remember some of the questions. You know what? I still remember you asking the questions when we were about to leave Pyongyang, and you did a quiz.
Yeah.
I still remember that.
Yeah.
That's where I got
the
my inspiration
famous
from.
JTS quiz. Yeah.
100%. So, have you got any on hand?
I've got a couple. Let's see how we go. Although it's not. I mean, it is a bit more, but maybe vintage stuff. What year was the first? When did Concorde go into service? Passenger service.
Oh, okay. Good question. So what we normally do, I'll just give everyone a chance because there's a bit of a delay to have sort of their answer.
Okay.
It's actually a really good question.
Physics will get it.
Physics will get it, yeah. So physics is sort of like our... And we encourage people not to Google the answers as well. Because obviously it's very easy to do that. But Qantas is spelled backwards on your plane, Tim. Yeah, it's Satnac on the other side.
Satnac. Yeah, I saw that actually, yeah. It's like when you're adding a GIF to a Instagram story, you click it and it goes backwards.
It goes Satnac.
Go Satnac.
So Jeff says 1973, Sean says 1976, Chris says 76. I'm gonna say, because it was.
Well, there's definitely a consensus forming. I think there's a consensus forming.
I think it was more towards the 747 release date. I think it was earlier than the late 70s.
Revenue passengers, not.
Okay.
Not test flights. Revenue, ticketed passengers.
I'm gonna say
scheduled flights.
Okay, I'm gonna say. Okay, if that's the case, I'm gonna say 74. That's a hot guess, though.
The correct answer. 76.
Oh,
January
76.
76.
January 76. There you go.
And to me, that seems early. I mean, I know. Yeah. I think a couple of people did.
Yeah, 2 people got it.
SL.
Yeah,
Chris,
his name's Sean.
Sean.
Yeah. And was that with Air France?
Well, it was both on the same day. BA
was
to
it?
Bahrain. Yeah, British Airways to Bahrain and Air France to Rio via Dakar in West Africa, which is quite ambitious actually for an inaugural flight to go all the way to South America via Senegal.
So
and I think
weird.
the takeoffs were timed. The takeoffs took place at the same moment. They were televised live on British and French TV.
Right. There you go.
Like split screen, split screen live from Charles de Gaulle and from Heathrow. Because it was designed to go to New York, but the Americans were such sore losers about not having one of their own.
Yeah, they didn't have their own supersonic.
So the Brits started with Bahrain and France.
Yeah,
South
right.
America.
Far out. Hello,
but to me, it seems early. I would have guessed. Later, because I think of it as like an '80s thing, because the '80s was like a decade of, what they call it, when you're sort of, big spending, Wall Street and, Filofaxes and mobile phones and stuff. I think of Concorde as being that era, but actually it flew halfway through the '70s as well, which I think is kind of It seems like an odd fit for how I pictured the decade. But
Yeah,
anyway,
definitely.
the countdown to January '76.
It's funny because when you think of like supersonic travel, you definitely don't think of the 70s.
No.
Like when I think of the 70s, I think of like, you know, Austin Powers era
Yes,
sort of
Austin
thing.
Powers here. Yeah, like jumbos, but still with the upper deck, with the cocktail
Yeah,
lounge upstairs.
the
And,
curly stairs going up to the lounge.
curvy stairs and brightly
Yes,
coloured sidewalls and stuff like that.
100%.
Not going to New York not New York actually, going to Bahrain in 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
You know.
So actually, another question I had for you. So, Jet right now is really into British Airways. Okay.
Good lad. Parent of the year.
What's that? What was that? Oh, yeah, and UPS. But my question
Okay.
lies, right? We've been watching a lot of British Airways 747 videos, okay? So
Right.
the Rego block, the BYs and the CIs, are there any difference with them?
Well, they came in BA. Well, Jesus Christ! I mean, God, BA loved the jumbo. They loved the jumbo so much because they ordered 25 of the 400, and then they
Yep.
ordered another 25 of the 400. Then they ordered a third block of. Sorry, I did the quantity. First 25, second block was 25,
Yeah.
taking them to 50, and then they ordered a third block of 25 to get them to 75 747 400s.
That's
But
insane.
after, and I know we're going deep here, but I feel like I'm probably in good company.
Yeah.
For that third block of 25, they ordered special versions of the engine, which I guess is it's an early trend, isn't it, on the 747 400?
Yeah.
But that last block of 25 was supposed to be powered by the normal Trent that you get on the 747, but with a core that you get on the Trent that goes on a 777.
Right.
And but they only got 6 of those airplanes delivered, 6 or 8, I think it was 6, and then they decided to swap the remainder of that block of 25 to 777s.
Right. Okay.
So there was 6 jumbos delivered with these special Trent engines with the 777 core, and those engines then, as time went on, they would kind of get moved around the entire fleet. And the only way that you could, if you're flying one, you could look at the EGTs, and if one engine was burning at like 50 degrees cooler, that was the only way. I think the fuel flow would be a little bit less, and the EGT was lower. It's like, oh, we've got one of those special Trent core.
The special engines.
777 core Trents along for the ride with us today. Which I think is quite interesting. But 56, a total fleet of 56 is absolutely unbelievable. Such a big fleet.
Oh, 100%.
And I think that the registration blocks refer to which block of 25, but I don't think they actually mean anything.
Right. I see.
And sorry to go on, but the 777s do have custom registrations, because there's a bunch of 777s which were VII. So VII.
Yeah, the VII series. Yep.
VII is the Roman numerals for 7.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, there's another block of 777s. The first block are ZZZA, ZZZB.
Those are the G90 powered ones as well.
The idea is that the Z looks like a 7.
Oh shit!
So it's meant to be 777A,
777A, 777B, 777T.
Yeah.
That's
so the Zulus are meant to be
supposed to represent 777.
Victor India looks like a 7 in Roman numerals. And then there's another block of 777s, which are Yankee. Is it Yankee Charlie or Yankee Lima, something like that?
YMM.
And it means year 2000. YMM. That's exactly right. Because that means that is also Roman numerals for year 2000. Because M in Roman numerals is 1,000. So YMM.
Right. Holy shit.
Are all the 777s that were delivered or ordered in the year 2000.
That's
So
so
all
funny.
of the 777s. In fact, I'll go you one further. I'm sorry, I'm so embarrassed.
No.
The Yankee Mike. So all of the 777s have custom regs, except there was one which was out of there's one that was out of sequence because like they wanted the whole run of the YMMs or whatever. But there's some idiot with a Cessna who's got YMMD or something. So there's one they couldn't get.
So they couldn't acquire one.
One they couldn't buy it right. So there's one out of sequence, and it's Golf Romeo Alpha Echo Sierra, which is a tribute to the Royal Aeronautical Society of Great Britain.
Yeah, GRAAS or whatever it was.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That was to fill in a gap in one of those sequences they couldn't get. They couldn't get a clear run out. It's very sweet, actually, I think, RAAS, for the Royal Aeronautical Society, and a friend of mine flew on it, so there you go.
Oh, that's crazy.
So there's a lot of info about British Airways registrations there, but I don't think there's any significance to the ones with the jumbos. I just think they relate to which block of 25 they were part of.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, everyone's loving all this info. Actually, I did see it.
Well, it's a bit. I mean, it's not. It's not. I don't know if it's useful. It's fun stuff though. It is. Fun
Yeah. It's fun, like pub knowledge sort of thing.
Yeah, right.
Actually,
on the assessment guide.
Sean asked an interesting question before. If you'd fly, like the Russian types that you'd flown.
Yeah. I've flown the Tupolev 134 in Syria, the Syrian Air 134 from
Syrian.
Aleppo. I went to Syria in 2008, just before the war started, or maybe a year before the civil war started, and I had a really bad experience. Because it's a bit of a shithole. I mean, it's a proper police state, and I think. You see, the thing is, because I've been to Iran quite a few times, and Iran is not entirely a free country, but it's pretty much a free country. They've got the religious police. I think, if a lady is not wearing a headscarf covering all of her hair, they might, have a bit of a word. But in Syria, it was a proper police state, and me and my buddy Manuel, we flew to a town called Deir ez-Zor and back on the same day on a Yak 40 of Syrian Air. And when we got back and when we landed in Deir ez-Zor, we got grabbed by the cops, and it was quite scary. But then they let us go. They didn't speak any English, and they let us fly back. But when we got back to Damascus, they arrested us, and we spent the rest of the day being questioned in the airport police station, and it was really scary. Although I would actually argue the scariest bit was the next day. We went to a beach town called Latakia on the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And we were not on the beach for 5 minutes before this really weird guy comes and sits down with us. I just want to practice my English, and he's really interested in all the stuff that we'd been talking about in our hotel room.
Yeah.
Talking about airplanes and talking about music and stuff like that, and and it was so sinister. And he'd say something really innocuous like, "Robbie Williams is a great entertainer," which, by the way, is probably debatable. But then he'd say, "You guys speak Arabic, don't you?" Like, oh fuck, this is awful. And then something very innocuous, and then, why do you want to go to Baghdad? It's like, oh, this is so scary.
All sort of like random shit.
So sinister, And he was obviously there to try and shake us down from whatever, and it was just so sinister. But so it was. I couldn't get out of that country fast enough. I mean, once we were hip to how it functions. On our last evening back in Damascus, I mean, you realise these guys are everywhere. These weird spooks, all over the place. Just keep an eye on things. But we did get to fly in a Tupolev 134, which was really cool, and it was straight out of a D check. I mean, so it smelled like a brand new car. And then I've also flown on the Tupolev 134 in North Korea, of course, Air Korea. I think that's it for the 134. For the 154, well, you see, I went to Iran quite a few times chasing 707s, which maybe sounds exotic. I mean, well, it is exotic. Maybe sounds extravagant, but to London to Tehran is only a 4.5 hour flight. I mean, it's only the other side of Turkey. Istanbul 3.5, and then it's just like an hour further, and you're landing in Tehran. So it was doable, and I went at least once a year for quite a while, mostly to chase 707s.
Yeah.
But you also had,
Because
I mean,
it was just Saha, right?
dozens. It was just Saha. It was just Saha. But there was dozens of Tupolev 154s in Iran because the population doubled. The population of Iran doubled since the 80s. They had this huge baby boom in the 90s because of after the war with Saddam. They were invaded by Iraq in the 80s, and after that was done and dusted, they had this big baby boom. So the population's doubled since the 80s of Iran, and they haven't been able to buy any new planes. So as you know, they kept all the odd stuff going. These really old A300 B2s and B4s.
They've still got the original A300 operating,
don't
right?
they?
I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
The very first A300 build is still flying passengers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm pretty sure. Incredibly old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit of a hollow victory flying on an A300 B2 because it feels almost exact. If without the wing fences, you'd think you're an A300 600, which is still actually at this point is kind of extinct. But
it's still major.
It's not really. Yeah, it's not super vintage, but to fill the gap in this huge amount of and by the way, Iran has a big middle class. You know, it's not really a particularly poor country. I mean, their currency is worthless because of the sanctions, but you know, they have a vibrant economy, and there's 100 million of them, and so they had to fill the gap with loads and loads of Tupolev 154s, which they could get without breaching sanctions.
There was plenty.
All these. Go on.
Yeah, there was plenty. There was like plenty of airlines operating, right?
Loads of airlines operating. Caspian, Aria, Iran Air Tours. I mean, there's probably at least 5, maybe even 10 Iranian airlines operating Tupolev 154s, and so you know, on every trip I made to Iran, we'd go and do as many 707 sectors as we could. You know, typically at least 2, maybe 4. But you know, you could fill in the gaps with these really, really cranky 154s. So I flew quite a few. I mean, probably maybe 20 sectors over a period of a few years. You know, on all these different airlines, and they were pretty. They always felt pretty marginal to me. And I've flown Belavia 154 twice, and I think that's it. I might be forgetting one. But those are all my. Oh, and of course Air Korea 154 in North Korea as well.
Hey, I've just got a question for you.
Go on.
I just want to get through them, just because there's a few.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's okay. So Krish wants to know, what do you think your best book and the one you treasure most has been?
The best book I've written is probably the 707 Manual for Hames. It really came out well. I'm really proud of our 747 one with Sam. There's a couple of typos. There's one sentence I repeat twice in the Mahan Air chapter. But
and that didn't get knocked out in the
Well, no, I just didn't catch it, unfortunately. Because it's actually Iranian. It's the line is that Tehran to Mashhad is the busiest domestic city pair in the Middle East, and I wrote it twice in the Mahan chapter because I was so excited about it. It's such an interesting fact. Because I don't know if people would think about it, or they think, it might be like Jeddah to Riyadh or something, but no, Tehran to Mashhad.
Operators, like heaps of different types, like they still even operated like the 747-300 till not too long ago.
Yes. I think it's still running. I think it's still running.
EP
I think so. With Mahan.
Yeah. Or M, whatever it is.
MM, yes, that's right. And those are great. I mean, because they were delivered to UTA. In fact, they would have been to Sydney quite a few times back in the day.
100%.
But
100%.
They on the bulkheads, they still have these sort of Treasure Island style maps of the French Caribbean from their UTA days on the bulkheads, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, and you're flying from Dubai to Mashhad or something.
It would have certainly been here, like almost 100%. Sean says, have you flown the Tu-95 Bear?
No. I mean, I'd give a kidney for going one of those. Sam's ship on the Anton 22 is probably as close as you can get because it's got the contra-rotating propellers.
Yeah, 100%. Charles, have you met any other big-name aviation geeks?
Yes. Yeah,
You've met
I'll
them
tell
all.
you who I've. Well, what's surprising is who. There's a couple of. Who's that guy on CNN? Richard Quest.
Is that an English thing?
He's.
Wait, Guy, what do you mean by aviation geeks? Do you mean like? Because that's a very broad question. Are you talking about like?
But they're lurking out there in sort of celebrity circles. I mean, well, guys like Richard Quest, who's a CNN guy. I mean, he's extremely keen. I mean, he and extremely knowledgeable.
Yeah. As much as you.
You know. No, but that's probably a good thing for him. You know, I was on a TV show. There was a BBC did a thing last year called Plane Spotting Live. It was 3 nights live from East Midlands Airport with bits of live commentary and what have you. And the 2 guys who were presenting the show are very, very famous British TV presenters. And I met them about 2 weeks earlier, just had a little chat because I wanted to be comfortable about doing this. And I sit down and Andy Peters, who is really famous. He's almost like a Molly Meldrum. He's more famous. He's very famous for doing music. He's not like Molly Meldrum really, but you know, he's famous for presenting music shows. And I'm expecting him to not know much. So I sit down for the meeting. He goes, "So are you excited about British Airways' first A350 flight?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting. You know, that's a degree of geekiness I was not expecting."
Yeah. Because Jeff. Oh, actually,
so
Jeff.
they're
Jeff
lurking
knows
out there.
who he
They're
is.
lurking.
Jeff knows who Richard is. He's a
Oh,
massive.
does he really? Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Still does Business Traveller show on CNN.
Yeah.
How old is he? Is he an older guy?
He might be 50.
Oh, okay. So, like older, but not that old.
Yeah, he might be younger than that, actually.
There
was a big scandal a few years ago where he was doing lots of coke with hookers and stuff. He had to take a few months off and go to rehab. He's 58, actually, so I'm quite impressed that he was able to do that with the coke and the hookers at his age, actually.
And for the children out there, he means Coca-Cola.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I meant Coca-Cola. I wasn't briefed about the minimum age on this, I guess.
Yeah. The minimum age is about 10.
Moving swiftly on.
Guy said he was on the 787 London to Sydney flight.
Right.
So
I would love to have been on that. That's really something.
Yeah,
I think Sam was on.
Yeah,
Sam was on one of them.
He was on it. I got a photo with him when they arrived.
Nice.
This is long before the I shouldn't say long before, but pre-COVID anyway.
It wasn't long before, was it? Well, it was 2019.
It was on their 99th birthday, so it was yesterday, 1 year ago.
Wow, so it was really just before it.
Yeah. He did a story about the guy in Brisbane, Zach, flying on the Residence with Etihad. Oh, I thought he meant Pepsi Max. I
meant Pepsi Max, you know, because that stuff, you know, can make you crazy if you do too much Pepsi Max.
Yeah, well,
yeah. I just on the subject of treasured books by other people, I've got a couple of real gems in my collection. I've got a sales brochure for the Bristol Brabazon, which was a British airliner that never went into service and was built in 1948. Gigantic prop liner that was supposed to, you know, be a transatlantic post-war liner, and a couple of things like that. A book. Say again?
2 props or 4 props?
I think it might have been 8.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Google the Bristol Brabazon. It's an insanity. And they built one, and it flew around. It did a few test flights. I suppose you could say it's like a British Bruce Goose. The Howard Hughes, like that. A big white elephant.
Just like a giant thing. Yeah.
A giant thing, you know. And I got it off a very elderly collector who was selling his collection, and he got it from the test airfield like in 1948. And it's interesting. God. He said before pop music, before modern popular culture was really invented. He said a lot of everyone in everyone in the playground at the school knew the names of the test pilots of the Brabazon and the Comet and stuff like that, because they were they were real life action heroes.
Yeah, they were heroes.
And,
yeah.
they were, and he said all the kids knew their names and everything, and he used to cycle to the edge of the fence.
Not to mention that they had balls too.
Yes, absolutely.
To strap themselves into these things and try and fly.
Strap themselves into these. I know, right? And he went to he used to cycle to the edge of the airfield and watch a test flying, and he said that the chief test pilot gave him a copy of this brochure, a sales brochure for the Brabazon, which then 60 years later I bought off him for 110 British pounds. Yeah.
Guy's got a little question there for you.
Yeah, I live in London. Well, I live in suburbs, London suburbs.
Yeah.
I lived in central London until about 3 years ago, and I wasn't really in a relationship, and I had 7 storage units, and so I was kind of free to move out. And what I basically did was I rented a 4-bedroom house, and I emptied all 7 storage units into the house to try and get on top of my hoarding situation. And it's taken. The plan was to get it done in a year. It's taken me 3 years, but it's done now. It's done now.
Is that all aviation stuff?
Well, a lot of it is. I mean, in my garage, I've got a 707 engine cowling, a Qantas 707 engine cowling actually, which and I've got a couple of Concorde seats. I've got a couple of 707 pilot seats, and I've got a middle five seat block of Biman Bangladesh.
Yep, the DC. Is that the DC-10
that's just in the garage. And then the house itself, I have a whole room of aviation, basically books. I'll see if I can maybe take a picture and share it.
Yes. So if you want to share that stuff, just share it in Discord. Because people like, especially all the seats and stuff, like there's sort of like those sort of things, like people are just like holy shit, when they got like a lot of history behind them and all that sort of stuff. But yeah.
Well, let me see if I can. I'm going to take a picture of the aviation room. I'm on my AirPods. Let's see what the range of the AirPods is like. Yeah. So that's the answer. So yeah, I moved out to get on top of my hoarding. So I live in the suburbs, and it's a little bungalow. It's a 60s style bungalow. It looks like it's like an Aussie bungalow. I mean, I grew up in houses like this. I love it because it's this Aussie style bungalow or California style bungalow in the middle of sort of English suburbia, and it's like it was meant to be. But it's been the best place because the relationship situation actually hasn't changed. So it's been actually a really good place to do lockdown because actually I like being on my own, and I've got a nice overgrown garden and lots of space and all my stuff, and I've got 5,000 vinyl records to play and an Everest of work. I'm doing another Haynes manual right now. I'm writing one for about the DC-10, and so it's great, and it's been a great place to I'm so lucky for lockdown. I mean, I know people.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine people who started a restaurant in January. Yeah. Their whole dream for their life has been to own a restaurant.
They'd be
finally
destroyed.
Got the dream come true. It doesn't bear thinking about.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Guy
Tim,
says that.
I don't know how to. There's too many levels of getting a picture from my phone to Discord, so I've just messaged you. It's now in your messenger, so I'll let you.
Shit.
I'll let you share that.
Yeah, I'll share that. Guy says the aviation room. When this guy can't get any more of a legend, he comes out with the aviation room. Dude, it's not an aviation room. It's an aviation house.
It kind of is. Well, you know what? The living room isn't. The living room's more general stuff. Let me.
Yeah.
Let me.
If anyone wants to have a quick look, it's going to be in the content page of in Discord. There you go, right there now. Have you met Jerry from Big Jet TV?
I haven't actually. I don't. No, I've seen it though.
Yeah.
So I remember he was doing some really, really excitable commentary about some landings at Heathrow during the storm.
Yeah, he's actually got really good, like, because for people that like watching Big Jet TV, you don't need, uh, like, how can I put it without sounding bad? Like, you don't need really like much commentary, but the way that he
No.
commentates makes it so much enjoyable.
Yeah.
So like it's not necessary to have commentary, but just the way he talks about it and sort of fills in the time as well is just really outstanding. And
Yeah.
I think that he's really got a good thing going there. Like if data wasn't an issue, it'd be more common elsewhere. But I think that it is quite something quite special. Uh, Cameron says, Charles, have you done any flying in Sydney? I think I remember you flew with Tim a few years ago. Yes.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I've done I've done a couple of airspace what do you call it? Familiarization, local area familiarization flights out of Bankstown. I think, Tim, you and I have been up. Have we only flown once, or have we flown together twice?
We flew once together, and we flew down to Haas.
Down to Haas, yeah.
Even though Haas
they
was
let us
closing,
into the jumbo.
They let us go in.
Yeah. I've done at least one since I did, and it was quite funny actually. I think it was maybe only last year or the year before when I was visiting, and I was up with a really hot, cute girl called Stephanie, 23-year-old, really pretty, aviator sunglasses, the whole works. And I'd had a really good, no jet lag arrival from England to Australia. And that was like day 4 of my trip. And I thought I'd really got away with it. And then I woke up on the day of that, and in fact, I hadn't slept the night before. It just hit me. And I was awake all night. I might have had 90 minutes sleep. And me and Stephanie flew around. And honestly, I felt drunk from exhaustion. If I hadn't had an instructor with me, I wouldn't have gone near an airplane. And it actually went quite well. I was able to, some good bounce and flew quite well. But then when we're coming back into Bankstown and we got the ATIS and the weather was like 20 knots right across the runway. I was like, oh great! So I've had despite the odds, I've had a really good day out, and now I'm going to crash the plane on landing.
Just bury it into the grass next to the runway.
I'm going to bury it. It's going to, I'm going to talk about fall on the final hurdle. But it was just, I think it was more luck than judgment. I imagine all my, 8 generations of Aussie ancestors before me, all in heaven maneuvering to help me out. And I think it, just in the moment that we came over the threshold, the wind sort of must have settled down. It was just quite a good landing. But God, I felt like I was drunk out of my mind. Jet lag is punishing. In fact, I've got another story about Stephanie and jet lag. But you were going to say?
It's filth, the jet lag.
It really is. It really is. And I think it gets worse. As you get older. Because I remember, when I was a teenager, in my early 20s, flying from London to Sydney, jumping off the plane, and probably not even, I was too excited on the plane to sleep, and landing at 6 a.m. in Sydney, and just rocking and rolling all day, and probably going partying in the evening. And now I get to see, I'm a disaster for like a whole week, blacking out on my cousin's sofa and dribbling everywhere,
Yeah. Can you see?
Appalling.
Can you see? Sean, anyone here flown on Sophia? Yes, I have. Have you flown on it, Charles?
I haven't. No, okay. I haven't. It's something I really, really plan to do. And I thought if I send an aid parcel of books and stuff, I could probably get on it because I think they're quite open to it.
Yeah. I flew it a while ago, about 5 years ago.
Yeah. I think I'm going to struggle with COVID,
for
unfortunately.
Now, yeah. Can you see Jasmine S there?
In the chat?
Yes.
I can't.
So do you remember?
Jasmine.
It's
what reg? Oh yes, Sydney Aerospotter.
No, Jasmine S. Was that who you went with in JQO? Remember how we flew VHJQO down to Wollongong?
Yeah.
So Jasmine S flew that same aircraft into Sydney today.
Today?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it was the same
How
one.
about that? Where from? Where from?
Just over from Bankstown
To where? Bankstown to where?
to Sydney Airport.
Sydney Airport.
Kingsford Smith.
Whoa!
Yeah, no shit.
Second. I was told that you get shot down even for just making the request.
Not these days. These days. I shit you not. We had a Warrior or whatever it was holding short of the runway with a Cathay 748 landing in front of it, and then
That is unbelievable.
yeah, and then there was an Atlas Air 7400 holding short of the runway when JQO landed, and it's a little Archer. It was giving way to them.
That's unbelievable. I'm actually, well, you know what? I will. Because it is a bit like, actually, I mean, to be fair, it is a bit like that now in the UK. I mean, I've done 2 Gatwick zone transits, not landing, but flying across Gatwick Airport at 1,200 feet. Which again, I mean, you wouldn't even be able to get on the frequency to make a
to make a request.
A request. You wouldn't even get a word in. And now there's nothing moving. I mean, in fact, yeah. I mean, you think, oh, I'm on the wrong frequency because it's just silent. Which is, you know, it's super sad. I mean, it is. But you know, amazing to fly across Gatwick. In fact, I made a point as I crossed over the top of the airport to look down at the South Terminal satellite from where I boarded my first ever transatlantic flight, which was a US Air 767 to Charlotte. And I remember thinking,
200.
you know, absolutely it was a 200. I'm just thinking, God, it's amazing to think that that I would one day fly across this airport as a, you know, I mean, it's only a PA-28 for God's sake, but still.
As a pilot.
But yeah, and so, and in fact, my next project is I want to land at London City Airport in the PA-28 because they might let me.
Yeah. Like I think if you were here now, it'd be easy to do.
Yeah.
It's just like the only problem is when it all opens up and that, it's going to go back to busy and it's probably going to be hard to get in.
Yeah.
I think you could still do
I
it,
know.
but it probably like I don't know. They might make it a big deal, might make a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
It's
and
hard to say.
$1,000 landing fee or something.
I think it's about 300. I think I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Because by the way, I mean, obviously, I know I sound like Jeff, but it's just a cold. If I fly to, I think I can. I mean, I'm an Australian citizen, so I mean, presumably I can come to Australia. I just have to go and spend 2 weeks at the Crossroads Motel.
Yes.
Right.
Correct. Yes. At your own expense.
Yeah, at your
expense. At my own expense.
Yeah, and it's about $4,000, I think.
Jeez.
2 and nearly 3.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not. Okay. Yeah. So
I think it might depend on state. Just come to Queensland, mate. We'll come up to the Gold Coast. I'll put you in one of my hotels and we'll make it work.
Oh, amazing! Because you know, well, I just saw. I mean, it was on the news here that the Queensland governor or premier was just saying that they're going to have a sports event with 52,000 people, no restrictions.
Correct.
That's quite impressive, actually. That is quite impressive.
I believe Queensland is on 52 days of no community COVID transmission.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Well, that's really good.
52 days. Wow.
Well, something like that. 50 something days.
Gee whiz.
But the border, the state borders are actually closed. So I mean, like, there's a roadblock at the border.
Actually, funny enough, so I actually live in New South Wales, but I work in Queensland. So when this whole thing started, cross residents were allowed to cross. So there's actually a police, police and military at like certain checkpoints. And you need this pass. If you don't have the pass, they turn you around. It was actually quite funny.
Got it.
Some of the things that have been happening. Someone yesterday got caught hiding in a boat trailer with a cover over the boat, trying to get through the border, but he was actually eligible to come through without what he did.
Oh, really?
But yeah, some of the stuff that people have tried to do to get across the border has been pretty crazy.
That's funny. That's funny.
My aircraft's has lost its mind.
Yeah. So what's another good question for discussion?
Apparently the landing fee at Sydney is $120. So that's not too
Oh,
bad.
that's quite reasonable. That's
Yeah,
quite reasonable.
especially for Sydney.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a bit more than that.
Melbourne already?
What's that?
Are we already in Melbourne?
Yeah, close.
Wow, that didn't take long.
Not too far away.
Going to 132.0
Not many movements at Cooley. Oh yeah, 100%. Sean, that was the overspeed warning. So I'm just gonna.
No wonder you're early.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, Cooley's lost a lot of movement since Adelaide as well.
Oh, big time, big time.
I think we lost 3 flights today.
Oh shit. God. Hey Charles, how's London, like how's Heathrow been travelling? Like as far as movements going?
Heathrow, they closed the runway because it's got 2 parallel runways, and they closed one for a couple of months.
Yep.
So I mean that says a lot. I mean it was pretty bad. Pretty bad. I mean, Gatwick really copped it. I think Gatwick. There was 1 week where Gatwick had 27 passengers in the whole week, which is crazy.
Wow.
Because pre-COVID, Gatwick was the busiest single runway airport in the world.
Yeah.
Down to 27 passengers. And British Airways have pulled out of Gatwick, and they've said they're not going to ever go back.
Shit.
And that's weird, actually. So Heathrow has actually picked. So I mean, obviously Heathrow's probably lost 75% of its traffic, but it's picked up a few new routes because BA used Gatwick for all the leisure stuff, mostly flying to beaches, Greek islands, Spanish beaches, Caribbean.
Yeah, Caribbean. Yeah.
And those flights have moved to Heathrow. So you've never been. So there are some like Zakynthos and Corfu and places like that in Greece have never had a Heathrow flight before COVID, and now they have a Heathrow flight.
Yeah.
So it's quite an interesting variation. And we have had some really wild stuff. Belarusian 747 freighter coming from Kazakhstan. God knows what was in it. Definitely some cranky movements. And like a lot of airlines, BA are operating cargo flights by taking seats out of 777s and just strapping boxes of PPE to the floor.
Yeah, and like because there's a lot of like Chinese airlines like strapping stuff to like seats and that, because they're doing a lot of that to Sydney as well, like Chinese airlines.
Yeah.
It's crazy as. But like the movements there have obviously slowed down a ton. Is there many international operators coming in?
It's a good question.
Because I'm looking at London.
Yes, but I think what's interesting is that quite a few of them are wide bodies. Like Alitalia, it's mostly A330 now, but I'm not sure if they're filling them. I think they're cargo flights. And they may have passengers on them, but it's not because of passenger demand. It's well, when I went to Amsterdam to see Sam, it was a 787 out and A320 back, and the 787 only had about 40 people on it. But I think it was a freighter. It was just that they're flying it for the big underfloor capacity. It was quite interesting. And the way we do it here is that it's a 2-week self-isolation, but they're not policing it. You isolate at home, and I don't think they're checking it. Because when I came, and there's a couple of countries that were on the green list. Germany was on the green list, so I went to Germany for the day about a month ago, and that was no issue. I didn't have to isolate when I got back. But Amsterdam, the Netherlands, was on the naughty list, and I was supposed to isolate for 2 weeks, which I mostly did. I think I cut the corner. I think I on day 11 I went flying. What's my point? But that flight from Amsterdam to London was a Sunday night. It was an A320. Was packed. Every seat was packed, and it's like I want to know how many of these people are going to isolate. I mean, because I took it semi-seriously. But Sunday night. I mean, everyone's going to work in the morning, really, aren't they?
Exactly.
And
right.
You fill in an online form saying where you're going to isolate, where you can be reached, and that's it.
That's exactly right. but like it's so interesting. Like at Sydney, like the airport is so quiet. Like Tuesdays and Thursdays and weekends are just dead. Like absolutely just dead. Like it's crazy how dead it is.
I know, it's almost like a movie. It's like a post-apocalyptic movie.
Exactly right.
You know what's interesting is at Southend, which is the airport that I fly from as a pilot in the Pier 28. They've done quite a big investment in the last few years. Runway extension. They built a big terminal. They had EasyJet and Ryanair, and a couple of foreign carriers there, Malta.
Oh, I thought it was just a light aircraft airport.
No. It's well, it used to be more of what I would call an industrial airport, where you could, heavy checks, painting, paint shops, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
End of lease, turnaround. With the odd cranky and cargo, with the odd cranky charter flight. But yeah, a few years ago they built, literally about 2 years ago, built a proper terminal. And they got EasyJet, Ryanair, Volatea 717s, which was quite exotic. Never flew on one though. Air Malta, one or two others. Anyway, that's all gone. And they're now offering general aviation 5 circuits for a $5. So £1 per touchdown you can do.
What?
And I think they're doing it so that so it's actually quite busy now with GA stuff, and I think they're doing it so they can show their investors, look at how many movements we're having.
Yeah.
And the investors just see, look, 28,000 movements last month. They don't know that 26,000 of it was idiots like me,
paying £1,
bouncing around, paying £1, and it's a PA-28, so there you go.
Oh, did you say that landing just then?
121.7 for Qantas 748.
Absolute butter.
I think
it was butter. Oh, by the way,
Tim Wang. Tim Yang. Tim Wang. Butter it up, mate.
Yeah. So, hey Charles. So on the YouTube, right? We unlocked memberships, right? So it basically means like you can, you can pay like $1 or $2, depending on the level and that, and there's just a few little perks that you can unlock, and we created this emoji for people, and it's like a butter and bread. So whenever I smoke a landing, you can just you can let me know if it was butter or not, and that one was hell butter.
Nice.
So I'm waiting for oh, there we go, he's used it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very nice.
Now I've just got to try and taxi into the bay without crashing the thing. There we go. You're on final now, mate.
Oh no, don't watch me.
All the boys are on final.
I don't think I've ever landed a 7.4 before, so.
I think that was my first actually good landing. That was 11 out of 10 butter. Yeah, that was good. Charles, if you know any airlines that need people that can fly 7.4s, let me know, alright?
Yeah, because I hear there's a real shortage of 747 pilots.
Just ask Qantas.
Yeah, right. Oh, this is the heartbreak. I knew that all this stuff was going to end. I knew that the clock was ticking.
Oh, 100%.
But what I think is really sad is that we didn't have a chance to properly say goodbye. I mean, you guys had it's nice that Qantas did a couple of, was it three farewell flights?
Yeah.
But, COVID is really,
it's really putting a
going,
dampener. Yeah.
It's going big time over here.
100%.
We've had 40,000 deaths or something. I mean,
shit.
And so they couldn't operate. They couldn't operate farewell flights.
No.
And it's just really heartbreaking. That it's that we didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Just to have one more. And my last BA flight was a load of crap. They had to move me twice. The reading light wouldn't switch off and.
Yeah.
Stuff, it was a real tired old bird, and it was just it wasn't a very fun or good flight, and I just think it's a real shame that that was no way to say goodbye, you know.
No, exactly right. Do you want to know how much I think that I pay attention? That
Go on.
Was that New York to London, or LA to London?
It was LA. It was
Okay.
LA to London.
Okay, there you go.
That's funny.
And
It's funny.
it was for.
I know. I'm the same. I'm exactly the same. I mean, I'll have friends who, you know, like my buddy went on honeymoon like in 1997 to Mombasa on a Caledonian Airways TriStar. He barely remembers that he's been to Kenya. I'm like, yeah, and one of the ceiling panels was loose, and the flight engineer had to tape it up. It's like, you know, it's like, well, it's just, I think if you're passionate enough about the subject, your brain actually has like 100% retention.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I think I know every flight that every one of my friends has ever taken. You know what I mean? Or close. I probably don't know every EasyJet and Ryanair flight, but, you know, I know that my mate James 2 years ago went to Japan. I know he flew on a KLM 777-300 and they lost one of his bags.
You know what? Remember how we flew the last KLM MD-11?
Yes.
And my bag got smashed up that day.
Really?
Yeah. It came out of the carousel and it was just beat to shit.
Blimey. I've never really had a problem with stuff getting lost or broken.
That was my
Qantas
first
lost
time.
my bags once.
Oh, they lost it?
Yeah. Well, they found it.
Oh, okay.
It was because I had the Q tags, and Q tags don't work with connecting flights.
Really?
Well, they're apparently meant to, but apparently I don't know if it's been fixed, but back then the Q tags only stored the initial flight, not the connecting flight. So my bag was just going around on the carousel for like 2 hours.
And here you are you're just waiting for it.
And I'm at Gold Coast Airport waiting for it. Yeah.
You're at a different airport waiting for it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, how long ago was that?
That was 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
I did Melbourne, Sydney, Gold Coast.
Oh right, okay. Oh, that's nice. It would have been nicer if your bags had have shown up.
Yeah, I know. And then, but the cool thing was that when they did come, like apparently they flew, because it was the only flight into Gold Coast with Qantas. They flew it into Brisbane, and then some guy specifically drove it down to my house.
Yeah, like they couriered it
like,
down or something.
An hour and a half drive just to drop off my suitcase.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of them. Well, that's sort of what they're obligated to do anyway.
Yeah.
Are you going? Oh, there's a delay on this, isn't there?
Oh,
looks like you're gonna take out the. Oh, okay.
I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I was just trying to put the power on, like the external ground power.
No, it looked like the other jumbo was going to take the tail off your.
I under control, Charles. Under control. I've years of experience with taxiing.
Yeah.
Right.
And flying the 747.
And 747, correct, yeah. I've almost done 50 hours in this game, and so that should tell you how good of a pilot I am.
I think I'm
impressed. I'm impressed. Cafe must have you on speed dial.
They do. I'm actually flying with Eva next week, so...
Oh, nice.
Matt, sorry, Charles, you know who that is, eh?
Eva?
Eva?
Yeah.
Sure. You mean the Taiwanese bunch?
Yeah, no, sorry.
The Cathay pilot. The Cathay 747 pilot.
You know what? She really gets on my nerves.
In what
way? Well, she's very pretty. I mean, she is. She's really gorgeous, but she seems like not a very nice person to me.
Oh, really?
And yeah, well, to me, she seems quite, a bit humorless and self-absorbed.
Yeah,
I just think there's a kind of these. I mean, I might be a little bit jealous myself. I mean, let's not rule that out. But I see, and she's not the worst one. But like, there are these hot pilot girls will post pictures of themselves in yoga stress positions, and then some lonely old boy will say, "Oh, you look really hot," and then they'll be like, oh, I don't think my boyfriend would like that very much. It's like, that's not, but
Oh.
you're just sort of, it's like pervert shaming.
Yeah,
it's like
100%.
pervert entrapment. So I think it's not very nice.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that rumor has it that she's a terrible pilot. Because a friend of mine is a first officer at Cathay, and he said that a lot of other female pilots at Cathay don't like her because they think that she makes all of them look bad, because she'll do like a sponsored post, holding up moisturizer. I always moisturize when I'm flying the plane, and other female pilots think it makes all of us look trivial, because that's an uphill. It's still, there's a bit of sexism in the industry, and it's a bit of an uphill struggle, and they think it makes all look bad. But yeah, so my mate, he said that she was restricted to short haul only to get more landings because her landings were no good, and she wasn't safety pilot released for ages. So she had to follow the safety pilot for ages, and was restricted to short haul only. And my mate, he said this in Messenger, and the PS made me piss myself. He said, "Bet she doesn't put that on her blog."
Yeah.
Or her thing in the aviation mag, whatever it is. So,
you know what? I think I need to pay a bit more attention.
Speaking of product, sponsored posts and all that, like with moisturizer. Imagine, what's a bloke meant to, put out there, lube or something? When I fly, I use this type of lube.
Yeah. Well, lube would be Sorry, I'm choking on an orange here.
Choking on the latest tube of Durex lube.
Yes, exactly. That's it. It goes down a treat. Oops. No, well, but there you go. So no, I follow Eva on Instagram, but I kind of shake my fist at the sky when she appears in my feed. I'm like, oh. But I think it's partly genuine irritation. I think there's a small part of me that secretly quite fancies her as well. So
there's
a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of moving parts there.
I can understand that. Wait, Pilot Patrick does the moisture. I don't follow that guy.
Who's Pilot Patrick? Is it a female or a male?
It would have to be male.
Could be, surname could be Patrick.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So there you go. Well, what else? Yeah, thank you, Sent Plane Spotting. SL, not
that's Sean.
Sean, thank you, Sean, for the follow on Instagram.
I think he's very honoured by your presence, Charles.
Well, I'd like to be. I want to be internet famous, so
I'll have to give you a follow as well, Charles. I haven't done that.
If anyone hasn't, it's on my story as well. You can that's a direct link to his Instagram.
Oh yeah. Cheers, dude.
Tim said my landing was so greasy it was Crisco.
Oh.
G'day, Liam.
Like a kitten pissing on velvet.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know the pilot? I'm trying to think of his name. He's a VS pilot. Captain Chris.
Is it Chris?
Maybe? Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't. Is he on Instagram?
Yeah, he is. I think he's got quite a big following.
Yeah.
I tell you what, there's a guy at Cafe I really like called Pilot Obat.
Oh
yes.
Too.
Yep.
I love his account. Obat.
He's so good. Later.
Yeah. Later. I'm flying my superjet today. Later.
Yes, I love how he calls it a superjet because I think that is a Boeing marketing name that never caught on.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like the superjet.
The 747 superjet. But Pilot Obat always refers to, excuse my hiccups, as the 747 superjet. I think it's incredibly charming.
He never calls it the jumbo.
No. So.
Liam, what do you mean? It's all good on our end here.
What's wrong?
Liam just said his flight sim's stuffed.
Yeah.
Mine actually didn't run too bad. There's Tim. So Tim, this guy taxiing behind me, is our first class member. So he can come and park wherever he wishes.
He can do the bye guy, or maybe he's got. So if there's a 30-second delay, guy's already gone, right?
No, normally, like if people say bye, they might stick around for 20 seconds to wait for us to sort of say good day, or to say bye, I should say. Hello, James. Similar to how we call SQs the Mega Arc. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Mega Arc, and
yeah, that was a nice one. Charles, have you heard of Fly with Captain Joe?
I haven't.
No, me neither.
I haven't.
Captain Joe. That's the thing, though. There's so many out there.
There's so many out there.
There's so many.
And they've all got huge followings. You click through it, it's like 40,000, 40k, 800.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, have you guys followed pilot Amir?
I haven't.
He's a former Qatari pilot, but I think he was made redundant. And he's got like, I don't know how many followers. He's got like 500,000 or something, or 400,000 followers.
Look, you've got 11,000.
Yeah, but I just work at the airport. I'm not a pilot.
No, but it's so impressive. It's an incredible number.
That's all those followers are from the 747 Opera House shot. But you know what? Like,
no, they're not.
Like I get like a few followers here and there, but it just never like goes up.
Yeah.
It's
I've been stuck on 1,600
it's a tough grind. It's a tough grind.
6 months.
Yeah, it's a tough grind. It's a really tough grind.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, listen. Let's do a bit more hardcore aviation stuff because I'm gonna have to jump off in about 35 minutes.
I'm gonna have to jump off a little bit before that because I've got to wake up in about. I've got to just 3:45 in the morning wake up call.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, actually, no, not that early. About 4.
God.
But I'm grinding it out because you're here.
I guess.
What's that?
It beats unemployment, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's it. No, because I'm honored to have you here. So.
What's a good theme for a final? I'll tell you what I was thinking before I got on this call. How much I'd love to go back in time and see Sydney Airport as recently as the 90s, actually. You know, because it was all the European airlines and it was all jumbos. I mean, I remember as a kid, Alitalia, KLM, UTA,
they were
JAT, DC-10s from Belgrade, flew Olympic to Australia twice. And I really miss that, you know. And even some really weird, cranky ones, like Egypt Air.
Yeah, they flew like 340s, and I'm sure they flew. Would they have flown 747s prior to that? Like,
I doubt.
Okay,
I doubt. I would go with the. I don't think it lasted long enough, to be honest.
No. What about like Gulf Air?
I think that was, you know, Gulf Air. Did you say?
Yeah, Gulf Air, like mid 2000s.
Yeah, amazing.
With the 340.
To me, that's 340.
Yeah.
So I mean, there must have been times when you had like 7 airlines all flying Sydney, Singapore, or Sydney, Bangkok.
If not more.
If not more.
Yeah.
I mean, there must have been just this enormous flotilla of classic jumbos, all going to Singapore, Bangkok, or KL within an hour of each other.
100%.
Like, yeah, must have been.
All just like following each other, and it sort of.
Yeah.
It was still that, like with like BA, like when BA was still doing Sydney, Singapore.
Yeah.
And you'd have Qantas doing Sydney, Singapore. You'd have Singapore doing Sydney, Singapore.
Yeah.
Chris says, "Can we have another stream with Charles? Only if he'll come on with us."
Yes, I'd love to. I'd love to, and I'll prepare a proper 10-question quiz.
Because Sean's a big fan of the quiz. Have you got one more? Have you got one more quiz before we go?
Yeah, I do, well, you know what I usually do in the quiz is a speed round of call signs. So, I mean, I don't know. Shall I just say what they are, and
Yeah,
you guys can make a few guesses?
throw us a few call signs.
Okay. See, I'll throw you 3 call signs. You need to name the 3 airlines.
Okay.
Cedar Jet.
Yep.
Clipper.
Oh, yep.
And Cactus.
Okay, I know all 3 of them, but I'll give the people some time. I want to meet Sam, Chewy, and Stefan. Yeah. Wait, Charles. I asked Sam once to come on here, but he wanted to fly with us, but he's only got a laptop, and I was like, it probably won't handle Flight Sim, and so I need to remind him to try and get on Discord and do this again.
Yeah.
But like at the time when we were trying to get him on, he was in the US doing his pilots thing.
Right.
And so it was just the timing is just awful.
I thought it was actually. I thought it was when did the 747 book launch?
July.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought he was over doing signings for the book in Europe.
He was. We met up in Amsterdam.
I mean, for when he was in Dream.
Yes.
Say again, sorry. Up a lung.
Oh, that's okay. When he was meant to jump on the stream, I thought he was in Europe, not America. But maybe I'm wrong.
Well, he probably was, because he did most of lockdown in California. Got up to solo standard, was flying, and then he came to Europe, and we did the signing, and then he did the Antonov 22 and this VIP 767 as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Far out, that's crazy.
Yeah,
the other one was Cedar Jet. So yes,
Cedar Jet.
It was Pan Am and US Airways, correct? Very good, Liam.
Correct.
The other one was Cedar Jet.
A major. Well, I don't know about major, but they're in SkyTeam, and they're a national carrier. They're a national airline for a country.
Have they ordered 330 Neos?
Yes, they have ordered 330 Neos.
I thought so.
And they've just got a new livery, which is absolutely terrible. Terrible. Heartbreaking.
That's for the 321 Neo, right?
They've got it on the 321. It's like, that is shocking.
Yeah. Have you flown this airline?
I have flown this airline.
Okay. I know you've flown to the city with Iraqi Airways on the 737.
I've flown to their I've flown to their capital city on an Iraqi Airways 737.
That's
from Basra.
Basra.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, when I flew, excuse me. I was just saying that I did this big epic road trip across Iraq in 2019, and I flew Dubai to Baghdad, and then we drove 8 days from Baghdad to Basra, and then flew Basra to Beirut, and kind of gives it away. But what's my point? And I was just praying that we'd get the Iraqi jumbo to Dubai, Baghdad, but it was a 737.
Yeah.
And Sydney Aero's got it. It's Cedar Jet is Middle East Airline.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good, Cam. Alright. I am going to wrap it up now because it's 11 PM here. And I've got to think about tomorrow.
Well, I've got some. I've got a big day ahead of me. So, but listen, we've got all the Discord stuff figured out now. So, anytime,
Yes.
well, let's do this again, and I'll come prepared with 10 quiz questions.
Yes, indeed. Because that was like some of the information people were just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
like the information and like the stories about your earlier flights and all that sort of stuff is just crazy crazy.
I think I peaked too early with the British Airways 777 registration.
I think that blew a lot of people's
The,
minds.
the floating Trent cores on the jumbo. But yeah. Well, no, look. I mean, I'd love to do this again. So yeah, I mean, Tim, give us a date, and
Hell yeah.
we'll we'll do a quiz, and maybe I can bake a fresh batch of good stories.
A fresh batch of 100%.
Did we say what the other airline was?
Yes, it was Middle Eastern.
Middle East. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're definitely welcome back anytime. And like, even though, right, you've got how many followers do you have on Insta?
12,000.
Me?
I mean 1,200.
Oh, sorry.
So,
look at
Charlie's
that.
got 1,200.
1,200. Okay.
I've got 1,200. Yeah.
So, having said that, are you surprised at that most of the people knew who you were? Because you're not a plane spotter, not necessarily photographer or any of that sort. To what?
No, you're
these
right.
people
You're
are.
right. No, it's a fair point. But I've turned up in a few. I guess no, it's a fair point. It's a good question. I suppose I am. But I've turned up in a couple of Sam's videos.
True.
It just depends. It depends if people have read any of my books, really.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, because it's a bit of a younger crowd. Young people don't really read books.
It's true.
Unless they've got
true.
photos in them.
Yeah, picture books.
I know. No, it's really true. I learned that the hard way. I published a book by a friend of mine, and it was all text, no pictures. And I've sold about 27 copies.
Yeah, right.
No one reads. No one reads. All my friends are writing. Go on. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say. All I was going to say was, I see you've got a signature from Lily Allen, so that says a lot.
I do.
Big fan,
right.
Matt, aren't you?
Of Lily?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd prefer Amy Shark, but
I don't know Amy Shark, but Lily Allen is so gorgeous. And I think she's a really interesting and wonderful person as well.
Yeah, and she has been through a lot too.
I think so. Yeah, I think she's the real thing. I think she's really a person of substance.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're reading Charles, but there's a fair bit of kudos coming your way.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of comments. I really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
Okay. I am going to let you say goodbye to everyone.
All right. Well, listen, it's lovely to be in your company, and I really appreciate this. And thanks for the time.
It was an honour you spending as much time as you did with us. I didn't expect this much.
Oh, dude. Well, we'll do it again soon.
100%. Since we can't see each other in person, this is the next best thing.
I know. But if I can land a PA-20 at Sydney Airport for $120, it might. I don't know. I mean, it depends. Look, if the vaccine doesn't work out like we hope it will, I will do the 2-week isolation at the Crossroads Motel.
Just get over here.
Because yeah, I do miss it. I really miss it today. I missed. This year I didn't miss travel and flying as much as I thought I would, but there's a few things I miss, and obviously Australia, my Aussie cousins, all of that.
Home base, 100%. Like, and that's another thing, because all these people here are Aussies.
Yeah.
That sort of like you're talking to, so they can sort of all understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Well, I know I don't really sound like an Australian, but I mean, I'm Australian, at least third or fourth generation Australian, and I always describe myself as not only Australian, but I always prefix it by saying proud and grateful. Actually, not proud, sorry, grateful. Proud is ridiculous because I didn't do anything to be Australian, but yeah, grateful for sure. So it's very special. Anyway, look, I could go on, but I'll leave you guys to it. Tim, have a good early morning start tomorrow.
Oh yes,
and
I will.
We'll do this again soon.
Guy said Tim's going to get a big bill for a night's worth of entertainment. How much do you charge per hour?
I don't know.
For me.
I don't know. Dude, what do I mean, dude, you're the most legendary Australian I know. I mean, you know, I just wish we lived in the same street. I mean, just think that'd be the best fun.
Oh no, we could have sleepovers every night.
Yeah, we have the funniest sleepovers.
Oh.
And just, you know.
Well, I think of this as a sleepover.
Well, exactly.
Except
And look,
it's
if
daytime,
Brexit shits the bed like I think it's going to, then you know that matches that it might happen.
Yeah, well, you never know.
You never know. You never know.
All
right, guys.
We'll see you next time. We'll let you let you know when I'll touch base with you.
All right. Take care, guys.
Thank
you. Have a good time.
Thank you, mate.
Nice meeting you virtually, mate, and talk soon.
Look forward to it. Cheers, guys. Bye.
See you, mate. Do you know how to disconnect?
No.
So, see how it says voice connected down the bottom?
Yeah.
Bottom left?
Yeah.
Just click the disconnect button. It's like a phone with an X next to it.
Oh, yeah, I got it. All right. Okay, this is going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
No, well,
bye, everybody.
We'll talk to you soon. See you, mate.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Oh, what a character.
That was good.
He's one of my favourite. Like in terms of aviation and people to hang out with, he's one of the best. He's like, as you've seen, always got something great to talk about. And there's never a dull moment with him. It's outstanding. I could talk to him forever.
No, it's good.
It's so good.
Very, very good. Lot to learn.
100%. Okay, I'm going to bail.
Yeah, no worries.
Hope you all enjoyed that. That was definitely something a bit different than what we normally do. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was definitely like very unique. So to have someone who's so highly respected in our field to be able to join us live, which is really a nice little treat. So we appreciate him coming in.
Absolutely. I even enjoyed the flight. It just went so quickly.
Yeah, it did go quick actually. Normally Sydney Melbourne it sort of like drags out a bit, but just because he had all this information that like even like the BA Rego stuff, things that you don't even think of.
See, I missed that because I went out to take some photos of the BAE taking off.
You'll have to watch the replay.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone watching was just like, "Oh my god."
I will.
Yeah,
I'll have to.
All right. I will talk to you, Matt. And
yeah, man.
A extra shout out to Tim as well.
Tim Wang, absolutely.
Clutching up. Thanks to you and Matthew yourself and Yannick for flying with us as well.
Oh, mate. Anytime.
As they could see, the Discord was a little tied up tonight, but it was worth it.
Absolutely.
Worth every
and
second.
I think next stream we'll chat to the guys more about this subscription and what we can offer, and
100%.
and go from there with the guys.
Yeah, definitely. So, guys, if you are interested, we haven't really had a chance to talk about it, but feel free to have a look. Have a look at the what the deal is with that. If you got any questions, just you can post them in the Discord or message me or whatever. That's absolutely no, or Matt as well. Matt's all over that shit as well. So anyway, the next one is probably going to be actually it'll be Thursday.
Thursday night?
Yes.
Sweet.
Thursday night.
I got Friday off. So
for some reason I thought it was already Thursday.
No, mate.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah. So Matt, I will see you on Thursday.
Yeah, mate. I'll talk to you well before then, but I'll see you on here on Thursday.
I meant that in a figure of speech.
Oh, right.
All right.
I'll FaceTime you soon.
Yeah. Sounds good. Send me those needs.
All right. Good night, everyone. Tim, thanks for organising this tonight, mate. It was awesome.
Pleasure, mate. Pleasure. I'm glad it all worked out.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Catch you, mate.
All right. Catch you guys. See ya.
Bye. Movements. I don't think there's actually any special movements coming up that I know of. Off the top of my head, Sean. First class lounge access. Please, yes, there's definitely massages, Tim, personally as well. So I'll see you there. Bring the smallest towel possible. Do I need to go on my laptop? Yeah, guy, I think so. But look, if anyone is going to do it, make sure you just wait for the next one so it can actually be displayed, and I'll get the DJ set out for you as well. Yeah, Sydney's dead, unfortunately, for now. Yes, that link works, Matt. That's all good. We'll both, yeah, Matt will be doing the calves and I'll be doing the upper body. I know. The John Deere. Okay. Or the butter. Okay. All of you have a good night. We'll see you on Thursday, same time. Catch us all in Discord. Have a good one. Peace.